Yeah! Here we go. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Just yesterday, I read some news that a former teammate of mine, Mr. Coach Tyler Santucci, we used to call him Tooch back in our Stony Brook days, right? He has officially just got hired as the defensive coordinator at Duke University, the Blue Devils, and super happy for him, man. It's always great to see former teammates making some major things happen. And to be 100% honest with you, if it was feasible enough for me, those are the kinds of folks that I would love to serve every day. I would love to wake up every single morning and just serve specific football coaches specifically. I love to run a business that strictly serves football coaches, if it was feasible enough. However, it is not feasible enough to just serve football coaches. I got to also serve league commissioners, athletic directors, and wealthy sports parents. That's kind of the people that I look to target a lot of the products that I come up with and things like that. Those are the kinds of folks that I have to target in my business. However, what I would love to do, I would love to serve football coaches and the football players all day, every day. However, it is not feasible. But anyway, as someone who has kind of watched Tucci's career from a distance, I've seen it, from when he played at Stony Brook all the way to now. I was a little concerned with where his career was going to be going after this season, to be honest with you, because he was the linebackers coach at Texas A&M under Jimbo Fisher, and there was just so much, there's just such a disappointing season, I'm sure, for not only him but Jimbo Fisher and everyone at Texas A&M. I'm sure it was not all the Aggie fans out there. I'm sure the season did not end up the way that you guys hoped that it had, right? So once he got that position, once he got the promotion from linebackers coach to D coordinator at Duke, I did a little digging. I wanted to see, where it came from, how he was able to get a promotion, even though he just finished a season that was fairly disappointing. And the head coach at Duke is a guy named Coach Mike Iko or something like that. And as I went and read his bio and, did my research on the head coach that hired him to coach the defense, I realized that this coach was also a graduate assistant at Stony Brook University, right? That was his first position. He was a graduate at Stony Brook University, and he also played at Penn, in which the head coach at Penn is a guy named Jay Priori, who's Coach P is Coach Priori's brother. Coach P is the head coach at Stony Brook. So you got the head coach at Stony Brook is Chuck Priori, and you got the head coach at Penn, University of Penn, Pennsylvania, is, I believe it's Ray Priori, his brother, basically. They're brothers, and they're both the head football coaches up in the East Coast and stuff like that. So up in the Northeast. So I say all that to further remind you that as important as it is to be qualified to do the job, right? You have to be qualified. You have to know your shit. You have to make sure you know how to do the job. That is very important, but it's also equally important that you make the right connections. And when I say connections, I do not mean schmooze, and I say that all the time. I do not mean kissing ass. I do not mean kissing ass and sucking up to people. What I mean is wherever you are, whatever situation you happen to be in, I'm telling you right now, I know this for a fact, that Stony Brook was not Coach Tucci's first choice. He was a Division I talented player. Like, he could have easily been on an FBS program, but he was, a star at a school like Stony Brook. And what I'm telling you, the importance I'm telling you is, doesn't matter where you're at, your reputation and who you are as a player is going to tell the story on what it is you're going to be doing for the rest of your life, all right? I'm telling you, excuse me, Coach Tucci was like a coach while he was still playing. He had that kind of influence. He was looked at as the Ray Lewis of Stony Brook. He was looked at as that dude. And now you can see how just being there and having that reputation has helped him throughout his years as a coach. Because it was not 100% him. I'm sure he'll show some of the blame, but I know it's not 100% his fault that the Texas A&M program had such a horrible year, so it's not necessarily, wouldn't be fair if he gets judged. I mean, that's the game we're in, but it wouldn't be fair if he got, demoted or whatever it is because how bad of a season his team or the program that he was in, right? So it was important that he had the connection with Mike, and people knew him, knew the kind of guy he was, knew how he knew his shit, and now ultimately he ends up with the defensive coordinator position at Duke. And that is very, very important when you're talking about any profession in life, any single way you're trying to navigate your way through this world, the people you know and the people that are around you every day, are they impressed with you? Are they excited to be around you? And are you improving? Are you understanding the importance of kind of being where you're at right now and making the most of the situation? Because you never know how just being where you're at right now is going to help you later on in life. All right, I can give tons of examples in my own life and how it's helped me, but I won't keep you on here. If you are listening to this on the Move Swiftly podcast, make sure you just scroll down. I speak about this kind of stuff all the time. I can go for hours upon hours upon hours on this very subject. Also, speaking of the Move Swiftly podcast, comes out 5 days a week, and you can check out the Move Swiftly podcast on one website. It's makeyourmove.com. That's makeyourmove.com. It's where you can also purchase everything. It's a one-stop shop for all your teamwork and self-development needs. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.